Om Sang Saraswati Namaha Namaste. Tonight we're going to do a very fun puja called the Anga Puja. And Anga, we've encountered the term before. We know the Anga nyas. It's also called Hridayadi nyas. Hridayadi nyas. It means the establishment within the heart and the other places is, for example, Om Nang Hridakaya Namo Ma Shira Se Swaha Shing Shikaya Kivashat Bong Kapachaya Kum Yanetra Trakaya Bashat Om Namo Shivaya Karota Karprishta Bangastraya Pop. This is Anga nyas or Hridayadi nyas. And Anga means a part, or it means the body. And before we start the nyas, I'd like to tell a story about a very famous Anga who became known as Ananga. Because when Sati Devi left her body, Shiva became an ascetic. He just spent all his time in meditation. And at that time, a great Ashura named Tarakasura, the illuminator of duality, he did tremendous austerities, and Brahma came to him and said, "What do you want?" He said, "I want to be immortal." And Brahma said, "That's impossible. No one is immortal. Whatever comes into manifestation must go out of manifestation. Srishti, stiti, loy. There is a cyclical transformation of energy. Nothing is permanent. Choose another boon." So Tarakasura, this illuminator of duality, said, if my death has to occur, I want to be slain only by the son of Shiva. Brahma said, "Why would you want a boon like that?" And Shiva said, Tarakasura said, "Well, Shiva doesn't have a wife. And he spends all his time in meditation, and it doesn't look like he's going to have an opportunity to get a wife. And if he doesn't have a wife, what question is there of his having a son? So therefore, I will become immortal." And Brahma said, "Tatastu, I give you the boon." Immediately, without hesitation. And Tarakasura became the ruler of the three worlds. He conquered the entire earth, made everyone on the earth a servant of the illuminator of duality. He marched up to heaven, and he threw all the gods out of heaven, and the gods were extremely depressed. We lost our divinity, and now we have to wander around the earth like human beings. Yuck! That's awful. So then the gods devised a plan. We've got to find a way to make Sati Devi come back into her body. And they all went to the Himalayas. Actually, they really went to the Devi Mandir. They went to the Devi Mandir, and they began to chant. And they began to practice meditation and perform austerities. And they enkindled the divine fire, and they started a yajna. And they all sat around the yajna fire, and they chanted the mantras and made offerings. And finally, the Divine Mother was pleased, and she said, "What do you want?" And the gods said, we all said, "Hey, Mom, Shiva is sitting there like there's no tomorrow. All he does is meditate. He has no responsibility whatsoever. And he will not get motivated until you come back into your body. So we're going to request you, please, Mom, manifest in a form and marry Shiva. And give us the son that's going to lead the armies of the Devas to victory. Only the son of Shiva can conquer Tarakasura." Ma said, Tatastu. I give you the boon. And I will come into a body in the home of Himalaya, because Himalayas has been worshiping me with one pointed attention. In fact, he doesn't move. There is no one as steady and as solid as the Himalayas. He just sits there making japa, yuga after yuga after yuga. I'm going to become Shailaputri, the daughter of the mountain, the goddess of inspiration. And I will perform tapasya, and I will, if Shiva will have me, I'll marry Shiva. And the gods were filled with extreme joy. And then they waited for the birth of Parvati, the daughter of the Parvat. And Parvati took birth in Himalaya's home, and she grew up to be a beautiful young lady, and all she could think about was Shiva. And she started to do performing tapasya and meditation on Shiva, and in every way she tried to propitiate Shiva so that he would take her as his bride. Well, Shiva didn't want a bride at that time. He was practicing meditation very, very sincerely. And Sati would go every day and drop flowers at his feet and anoint him with sandal paste. And she would worship him and adore him with the most respect that she possibly could. And the god said, he's not even opening his eyes. He's not even aware that she's coming to see him. We have to find a way to awaken the anurag, the spirit of love and attachment in Shiva, so he'll want to marry Parvati. And they called love. They said, love, Kamdev, you go right behind Parvati. When she goes to Shiva to drop the flowers on Shiva's feet, you shoot Shiva with your flower-tipped arrow. Awaken him to the delight of love and make him fall in love with Parvati so that we can have our son of Shiva to defeat the illuminator of duality. Kamadev said, gods, this is an extremely dangerous task. I'm very much afraid to incur the wrath of Shiva. And all the gods said, Kamadev, only you have the capacity to awaken the feelings of love within beings. And we are so oppressed by this Asura who has conquered the earth and made us all burdened with the burdens of terrorism. His oppression is unfathomable. So you go and do this as a seva for the gods. Take your wife Rati, the spring. Create the conducive environment and shoot your arrow at Shiva. In obedience to the gods, Kamadev followed Parvati to where Shiva was sitting in meditation. And when Parvati dropped the flowers on Shiva's feet and bowed down in worship and adoration, Kamadev drew the bow, his flower-tipped arrow inserted in the bow, and he let that arrow fly, whoosh, and the arrow struck Shiva, and Shiva was adorned with flowers, and the spring sprung, and the environment was totally conducive to love. And Shiva opened his eyes and saw Kamadev, the god of love. And he looked around and said, "You dare to disrupt the meditation of a yogi?" And from his third eye came a blaze of fire and immediately burned Kamadev, the god of love, to ashes. And the god said, "Oh, we're doomed. Now he'll never fall in love. There's no more love." Rati, Kamadev's wife, the spring, she started to cry, "My husband, you've made me a widow, Shiva. We came here to do the work of the gods, and now I've become a widow. What a horrible thing for my life, to lose my husband in our prime. We were just awakening the spirit of love in all of creation so that creation can procreate. And now you've done this terrible thing." Shiva said, "Why did he shoot an arrow at me?" "Because we want you to marry Parvati." "Well, why didn't you just tell me that?" "If I marry her to save creation, that's totally different than marrying her from love and attachment. If creation needs my son in order to destroy the Asuras, gladly I will marry. But if you want me to marry from attachment and only from emotion, that marriage won't be successful. Give me the object of my sankalpa, and gladly I will marry." Well, everyone was ashamed. And Rati said, "But my husband is no more. Shiva, please give me my husband back." And Shiva said, "Spring, Rati, because of your devotion, I'm giving you a boon. Your husband will be eternal. And he will be unmanifest. He will be Ananga. Everyone will fall to the power of love. And everyone will rise to the power of love. But they won't ever be able to see him. Everyone will be affected by love. He will be the strongest of the gods. He can subdue anyone. But he remains Ananga, without a body. Can't see him." Well, Rati was very pleased that she got her husband back, but she said, "Shiva, that's not quite enough. I'd like to see my husband again." And there are two versions of the story here. And one version says that Shiva gave her the boon that he would come back as Padun, and that she would marry him again. In the Dwapara Yuga, he would be the son of Krishna. And another version of the story says he would come back as Abhimanyu, and you will come back as Uttara. And again you will marry the son of Arjuna. Oh, there are two versions of the story. But love became Ananga. And now we're going to worship the Anga, the body of the goddess, which we happen to be wearing. Let's recite the Sanskrit. We're going to use the Tattva Mudra on both hands. And we're going to touch the various parts of the body. Om Durgaya Ki Namaha Pado Pujayami. Om Girijaya Ki Namaha Gulpo Pujayami. Om Aparnaya Ki Namo Januni Pujayami. Om Hori Priyaya Ki Nama Uru Pujayami. Om Parvati Nama Kating Pujayami. Om Hardhyaya Ki Nama Nabing Pujayami. Om Jaganmatre Nama Udaram Pujayami. Om Mangalaya Ki Nama Kukshing Pujayami. Om Shivaya Ki Nama Hridayang Pujayami. Om Maheshwarya Namo Kandam Pujayami. Om Vishwabandhyaya Nama Skando Pujayami. Om Kalaya Nama Bahu Pujayami. Om Adhyaya Nama Hasto Pujayami. Om Bordaya Nama Mukam Pujayami. Om Subhanya Nama Nasikam Pujayami. Om Kamalakshmi Nama Netre Pujayami. Om Ambikaya Nama Sira Pujayami. Om Slevya Nama Sarvanga Pujayami. And now we're going to point to the Muladhara Hang, Manipura Rang, Agnya Chakra Ing, Sahasrara Ring. And then we're going to take a bath or a shower in ring, 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 ring. And bring the energy down just like you were standing under the shower. I'm bathing in ring. And wash your entire body with the mantra ring. And remember, Om Hakara Stula Dehasyad Rakara Sukshma Dehakam Ikara Karanamaso Ringkaraham Turiyakam. Let's go back and describe the body of the Divine Mother that we get to wear. Om, I bow to the reliever of difficulties and worship her feet and touch her feet. Om, I bow to the unconquerable one from the mountains and worship her ankles. Om, I bow to the unseverable energy and worship her knees. I bow to the beloved of consciousness and worship her thighs. I bow to the daughter of the mountains and worship her hips. I bow to the one purified by knowledge and worship her navel. I bow to the mother of the perceivable universe and worship her stomach. I bow to the energy of welfare and worship her sternum. I bow to the energy of infinite goodness and worship her heart. I bow to the energy of the great seer of all and worship her throat. I bow to she who is praised by the universe and worship her shoulders. I bow to she who takes away darkness and worship her arms. I bow to she who is sacred study and worship her hands. I bow to she who grants boons and worship her mouth. I bow to she of excellent music and worship her nose. I bow to the lotus-eyed and worship her eyes. I bow to the mother of all and worship her head. I bow to the goddess and worship her entire body. Hara ing ring 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 ring. And the letter Ha indicates the gross body, the letter Ra is the subtle body, the letter E is the causal body, and the entire letter Hrim, I am beyond manifestation. And now we're going to establish the yantra on our chest. This is called the Pitha Nyasa. And with Tattva Mudra, touch the places indicating a yantra on your chest. Om Adara Shaktaya Nama, Om Kurmaya Nama, Om Anantaya Nama, Om Pritibhyogi Nama, Om Shiva Sundaraya Nama, Om Shweta Deepaya Nama, Om Mani Mandapaya Nama, Om Kalpa Brikshaya Nama, Om Mani Vedikaya Nama, Om Ratna Singhasanaya Nama. And those are the edges of the 4 doors. And now the 8 petals. Om Dharmaya Namo, Om Jnanaya Namo, Om Vairagyaya Namo, Om Aishwaryaya Namo, Om Dharmaya Namo, Om Jnanaya Namo, Om Vairagyaya Namo, Om Anishwaraya Namo. And the space in between the two doors on the side, Om Anantaya Namo, Om Padmaya Namo, Om Arkamandalaya Dwadash Kalatmane Namo. This is the Kamakala, the equilateral triangle facing down in the center. Om Samamandalaya Shoras Kalatmane Namo. Mang Vani Mandalaya Daskalatmane Namo. And now the 6 points of the two triangles. Om Sang Satvaya Namo, Om Ram Rajase Namo, Om Tang Tamase Namo, Om Angatmane Namo, Om Angandratmane Namo, Om Pang Paramatmane Namo, Om Ring Yanatmane Namo. In the center is the soul of wisdom. Let's go back and show how that yantra works. So we start off with the 4 doors, and remember in the Bhupura, there were spaces in the 2 sides of each door. So that gives us 8 points. So, Om Adarashakta Nama, I bow to the primal energy that sustains existence. Om, I bow to the tortoise that supports creation. Om, I bow to infinity personified as a 1,000-hooded snake that holds aloft the worlds. Om, I bow to the earth. Om, I bow to the milk ocean, or the ocean of nectar, the infinite expanse of existence from which all of creation manifested. Om, I bow to the island of purity, which is in the ocean. Om, I bow to the palace of gems, which is on the island, the home of the Divine Mother. Om, I bow to the tree of fulfillment, which satisfies all desires, growing in the palace courtyard. Om, I bow to the altar containing the gems of wisdom. Om, I bow to the throne of the jewel. And now the 8 petals of the lotus. We start at, 12, 6, 9, 10 o'clock. Excuse me, it's backwards. Om, I bow to the way of truth and harmony. Om, I bow to wisdom. Om, I bow to detachment. Om, I bow to the imperishable qualities. Om, I bow to disharmony. Om, I bow to ignorance. Om, I bow to attachment. And Om, I bow to the transient. And now we have the 4 aspects of union and the 4 aspects of individuality. Dharma, Gyan, Vairagya, Aishwarya are the 4 aspects of unity. The ideal of perfection, wisdom, unattachment, and eternality. And there are 4 opposing qualities. Adharma, Agyan, Avairagya, Amanishwarya. And then I bow to the infinite, I bow to the lotus, and we bow to the 12 aspects of the realm of the sun. Tapini, Tapini, Dhumra, Marichi, Dwalini, Ruchi, Sudumra, Bogda, Vishwa, Bodhini, Darini, Kshama, containing heat, emanating heat, smoky, ray-producing, burning, lustrous, purple or smoky red, granting enjoyment, universal, which makes known, productive of consciousness, which supports, which forgives. Ooh, we bow to the 16 aspects of the realm of the moon. Amrita, Pranada, Pusha, Pushti, Tushti, Rutti, Driti, Sashini, Chandrika, Kanti, Jyotsna, Sri, Priti, Ongada, Purna, Purnamrita. Nectar, which sustains life, which supports, satisfying, nourishing, playful, constant, unfailing, producer of joy, beauty, enhanced by love, light, granter of prosperity, affectionate, purifying the body, complete, full of bliss. Ma, we bow to the 10 aspects of the realm of fire. Dhumra, Archi, Dwalini, Sukshma, Jwalini, Vispulingini, Sushri, Surupa, Kapila, Havya, Kavyabaha. Smoky red, flaming, shining, subtle, burning, sparkling, beautiful, well-formed, tawny, the messenger to gods and ancestors. And Om, I bow to activity, execution, light, knowledge, being, sattva. Om, I bow to rajas, desire, inspiration, becoming. Om, I bow to tamas, wisdom, the darkness that exposes the light to rest. And I bow to the soul, and I bow to the innermost soul, and I bow to the universal soul, or the consciousness that exceeds manifestation. And Om, I bow to the soul of infinite wisdom. And now I'm wearing the yantra. The yantra is here. The bindu is here. And I can invite the goddess. Avaham, I invite you. Shtapon, I establish you within. Sanidaponi, I know you have so many devotees calling you. Oh, I'm so glad you came to me. Thank you so much. What a privilege, what an honor it is that you're even sharing with me. Samrodhani, I'm sorry for any inconvenience this may cause. Atma Samarpan, I surrender my soul to you. I bow to you. And these mudras indicate our invitation and establishment. Please come sit on my yantra. This yantra isn't just external, it's all the way inside. It's deeply hidden inside. And I'm calling you to sit there and establish you there. Aneka ratna sangyutam Nana mani kasagananditam Kartas varamagam divyama Asanam pratigriyatam Om heng ring kling chamunda kiviche Asanam samarpayami. Look at the seat that I presented for you to sit upon. It's made of my heart. Om heng ring kling chamunda kiviche Iha gacha avaham. Iya tishta stapon. Iha sanirudhyashwa sanidaponi. Iya sanihita baba samrodhani. Atra dishtanankuru. And this is an interesting mudra. Let me show you. Can you see like that? Yes, you can. You interlace all the fingers and then take the thumbs and put one thumb on each thigh and bend down and bow down. You really feel it, making you wish you were a little thinner. Apradishtanankuru. And now prakshan, I just pronounce to you. Prakshan. Devi mama pujangriyana Devi bhakta shudave paritrana karayate Javotvam bhujayishami Tavotvam sustira babam. And then we perform the pran pratishtha. We've already done that. Let's go back and read what these Avahon mantras say. United with many gems and a multitude of various jewels, voluntarily accept my offering of a divine seat. Hey, Mom, I've got this divine seat. You can't find a nicer place to sit in the three worlds. Please come and sit on this seat. This is the one. It's got jewels in it. It's got gems in it. It's the nicest seat you can think of. With the offering of a seat, Om Eng Ring Kling Chamundak Ebiche, please come here and sit here. And then, Om Eng Ring Kling Chamundai Ebiche, I invite you, please come. And look at that mudra, that's the Avahoni mudra, and it's straight. Now just flip it upside down completely and straighten your elbows. And that stapani, I establish you within. And then sanidapani, I know you have many devotees who are requesting your attention, but I request that you pay special attention to me. I'm binding you to remain here. This is my oath. I'm binding you. Don't go. And I'll tell you why. Samrodhani, I'm sorry for any inconvenience this causes you, but you will bestow abundant wealth. Your presence is my goal in life. You are my being. How can I let you go? I got you. And I'm not letting you go because there's something I have to say to you is I surrender my soul to you. I'm depending on you to forgive me. I surrender to you. You have to forgive me. Where else will you find a devotee like that? Devi, oh goddess, please accept my worship. Oh God, you remove all pain from your devotees. For so long as I worship you, please remain sitting still. Javo twang pujaishami, tavo twang shustira baba. Don't go away. Just keep me here as long as you can, and you stay too. That's the only way you can keep me here. Javotwang pujaisami tavotwang shustira baba. Don't leave. And I can stay longer. And then we perform pran pratishta. Let's ask if there are any questions first. We've covered enough material for a while. Please.
Okay, it says, I know you have many devotees who are requesting your attention, but I request that you pay special attention to me. Now, if there was a lot of devotees doing this at the same time, would it be like Krishna being able to appear to everyone who had the
Yes, absolutely.
So there's no question that there's not an ability to give everyone that.
No question.
Yeah.
No question. We all get special attention. Every one of us gets to say that.
Yeah.
Please pay special attention to me. Every one of us has that privilege. Other questions?
Yes, can we ask any questions on the Anga Puja?
Sure.
Okay, now on page 204, I got the sheet of excellent music and worship her nose.
Yes.
So what's the connection of music and
Do you know when you perform pranayam, you're supposed to be able to hear the pranayam? Were you able to hear that? Isn't that excellent music? Could any of us sing a song more delightful to the goddess than the excellent music that comes through your nose? Other questions?
Swamiji, there are two questions from our viewers.
Yes.
So one question is, can Swamiji explain the difference between Anga nyas and Kavach and Hridaya nyas?
Anga nyas and Hridayadi nyas are two names for the same procedure. So there is no difference. Kavach is totally different. A kavach is a different kind of nyas in which we place the names of the goddesses or the gods in the various places of the body, and each kavach is worn differently. They also have a different number of mantras, a different number of shlokas, and different names of the goddesses or gods. But they are all written in Anushtup Chanda. So all the kavachas are written in Anushtup Chanda. So in that way they're similar. Hridayadi nyas and Anga nyas are the same. Two names for the same practice.
Swamiji, another question they're asking is in the Pitha Nyas, are some of them done counterclockwise and some clockwise?
No, the entire Pitha Nyas, the entire Pit means a place of worship, like a Shakti Pit. And the Pitha Nyas is the establishment of all the places of internal worship. So here we do it clockwise, at least on your own body. I don't know how it appears when you're looking at me backwards through a camera. But we start in the upper right-hand corner at the space in the first door. And then, if you turn to a picture of the yantra, can you tell me where there is a picture of the yantra? There's a picture of the yantra on
146.
146.
146. So if you turn to page 146,
or 137 Swamiji.
137 will be even more efficient for us. If we exclude the first 6 offerings, or the first 6 deities, which are the 3 lines to the east and the 3 lines to the north, and start with number 7, those are the spaces that we're doing. Now, if you take this yantra and put it on backwards, put it on your shirt. Mother made me a shirt with the yantra on it. It was very fun to wear. Om Adarashakta Kindamo, Om Kurmaya Damo, Om Namtaya Damo, Om Pritibya Kindamo, Om Shivasmudraya Damo, Om Shweta Dipaya Damo, Om Mani Mandapaya Damo, Om Kalpa Vrikshaya Damo, Om Mani Vedikaya Damo, Om Ratna Singhasanaya Damo. And that's how it works. So we're going around the Om Dharmaya Namo, Om Gyanaya Namo, Om Vairagyaya Namo, Om Aishwargyaya Namo, Adharmaya Namo, Agyanaya Namo, Avaragyaya Namo, Anishwargyaya Namo, Om Padmaya Namo, Om Anantaya Namo. And then Om Surya Mandalaya Daskalatmani Namo, Om Samamandalaya Daskalatmani Namo, Mangbani Mandalaya Sharaskalatmani Namo, Om Sang Satvaya Namo, Rang Rajasay Namo, Om Tang Tamasay Namo, Angatpani Namo, Om Angantaratmani Namo, Om Pang Dharmatmani Namo, Ring Gyanatmani Namo. So that becomes the asana. Anekaratna Sangyutam, Nanamani Samanbitam, Kartasvaramaya Divyam, Asanam Pratigriyatam. So there's the asana.
Swamiji, is there any specific mudra we need to use when we...
Tattva mudra.
And even that's the same when we do the cream, the hum, round.
Ha, ra, ing, ring. Yes, tattva mudra. Ring. And same mudra when we take a shower in a ring. Become very clean. Yes, please.
Okay, now when we do the matrika nyasa,
Yes.
we put them on clockwise and take them off again. Now there's no need to take off the yantra.
No,
Why?
there is no need to take off the yantra because we want to wear the yantra all the time.
Yes.
So we establish it and enliven it and wake it up because it's already present inside us. We're not specifically drawing the yantra to put it on the outside. We are enlivening it in the inside.
Then what's the purpose of taking them off with the matrika nyasa?
The matrika nyas is srishti and loy. It's the cyclical transformation of creation and destruction. So it begins at the Brahma bead, and we have 54 letters of evolution and 54 letters of involution. And therefore we have the wheel of life. All the vibrations that can come into existence and go out of existence.
Swamiji, there's a follow-up question.
Yes, please.
From the person who asked before. They're saying, connected to the kavach
Yes.
and the anganyas.
Yes.
They're asking, so in a puja, is it not necessary to do kavach? Is it just sufficient to do anganyas?
as much as we can do, that's how much we get to do. We are privileged to have all of these various ways of establishing the divinity within ourselves, in our person, in our lives, in our minds. And so if you have the time and the mind, do them both. Talking about necessary, no, it's not necessary. The Karan Anga Nyas, the worship of the mantras in the fingers and in the body, is usually sufficient. In some pujas, we also do the Nyas, which is the worship of the mantras in the various directions. So there are many ways that you can do. We also do the Akshar Nyas in some pujas, where we put the letters in our body. So there are so many different forms of nyasas. Is it necessary to do them all? You won't have time to do them all. You'll have to pick and choose which ones are appropriate for which pujas that you're performing.
Swamiji, I have a question about Kama Dev.
Yes.
What is, when you said Kama is love, but seems like love is, Ma talks about pure love.
Yes.
And then the other love is love with attachment.
That's right.
So what is Kamadev?
Kamadev is love with attachment. Kama has desire. Kama is desire, love, attachment, akarshan. There is an attraction. He is distinguished from the pure love, which we would call Shuddh Prem. The Shuddh Prem would be different from Kam. Because Shuddh Prem is the pure love that it's like parabhakti. It just says, you. And Kama says, you and me. And I want to be there to enjoy the feeling, the relationship. And Shuddh Prem just says, you. And that's where we're trying to move towards. And Shiva said, I am not going to be afflicted by Kamadev. He has no capacity to bind me, to entrap me. I will not be bound by attachment or desire. If the gods want me to marry to serve creation, I am more than willing. But if they think that I'm going to fall into the illusion of attachment and have a personal relationship based on my desire, then I'm not interested. And he got angry and he burned love. So that love is now invisible. Everyone will feel him, but no one can see.
But Sanji, what we feel will be love with attachment?
It may be. You feel love towards something, and that is the attachment. And you always want more of the something, the object of the love, until it becomes Shuddha Prem, which is comparable to Parabhakti. You. There is no me. It's all you.
Thank you so much.
Are there other questions? Well, perhaps this is a good place for us to take a rest. Tomorrow we'll talk about Pran-Pratishta again, so that we can establish the deity on this yantra and on the external yantra. Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.